there are apostrophes here. I don't know how I can represent them, but I'll try. Okay. Different strokes for different musical folks.
Okay.
End apostrophe. Wait, there seems to be little obvious to link the Heartbreaks with Seeräuber Jenny. One is, to all intents and purposes, a classic 4-man indie rock lineup.
That's you.
Great. The other is a singer-songwriter who works with electro-pop. Note, not electro-pop. Technician, so he's not electro-pop, that's you, obviously.
That's us.
Yeah. He plays with a live band, which doesn't actually feature in the electro-pop. It doesn't actually feature the electro-pop. That's a little bit complicated, isn't it?
It is really.
I think you probably should have thought that one through a bit better. So, are you as wildly differing as you appear, or are all musicians cut from the same cloth, no matter how different their creative setups? That's quite a big question.
Yeah, I don't know. There's quite a few people I would not like to share my cloth with,
Right.
I think. However, you are not one of them.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I'd share my cloth. My tablecloth, any cloth, a face cloth.
Yeah.
I suppose that's quite personal, isn't it, to share a face cloth?
I suppose. I don't really know you that well.
No, yeah, but a dishcloth.
I'd share with you.
Any day. We're definitely from the same.
I have a Morecambe dishcloth, you know.
Really, it actually says.
Yeah, it says Morecambe.
I don't have a Brighton one. We could have done that because it's changed. If we'd thought ahead.
Well, we should have planned ahead, really.
Yeah,
next time.
Should have brought, yeah. I might put it on my merch store. Seeräuber Jenny cloth.
I'd buy it.
Thanks.
I'd buy it.
I'd buy your cloth.
Are we as wildly differing as we appear? I don't. We're not outrageously different, are we?
I'd say.
I think.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I suppose musicians are quite different. I think because they're like, it's just like you can't just say like one type of art. In all artists within one type of art are similar sort of people. Obviously, you just get sort of like wild kind of different. Like I wouldn't say I was probably cut from the same cloth as, say, like Little Richard or something.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that would be. But yeah, I suppose I've always had this theory that I think my musical tastes come from being generally quite poor communicator and pushed me to have like a different way of communicating.
I don't understand what you're saying.
But from that point of view, I think there's music that comes from different sort of inspirations. That how you communicate. That makes a difference between musicians, I think. Because you can get really like loudmouth kind of people that are musicians, but I think it's like a different form of communication for them. It's a different way of putting themselves across. Like,
yeah,
that's the only thing I'd say was I wouldn't say that all musicians are different.
I have to say I normally hate bands as well. You know, when you see them with guitars, I just think, I bet you're terrible.
Yeah. Even when I see someone walking down the street with a guitar,
especially then.
Yeah, you just
you're rubbish.
Rubbish. Yeah, I bet you're rubbish.
I always think that.
I've tried really hard though recently to be like, oh, these guys are great. Yeah, they're probably going to be great, but I don't fit that. I'm lying.
I don't really like watching bands.
Really?
I prefer records. I don't really.
Yeah.
I don't really like watching them.
Do you ever go on YouTube to watch things? Like,
yeah.
Do you? I always go for the album versions of YouTube things. Like, even though you can see like infinite, like brilliant shots of them doing like live stuff, I just want to hear the album version.
I know, I'm like that. It's never as good, is it?
No, exactly. Yeah, exactly.